Want to hear my impression of a bird? Tweet, dang it! Tweet! Welcome back to Dread Canaries against the Iron Storm. I'm the Dread Canary. The game is against the Storm, and we are playing an Iron Man run with a set of rules that I came up with. So, for the Against the Iron Storm, I'm allowed 2 settlements per difficulty level. I must raise the difficulty. I can never lower it. Any losses will require me to reset progress on the save file. And I am allowed, but not required, to play the normal through very hard settlements off of stream. Okay, so I'm getting some... I think that'll fix the volume issues I'm having. Alright, so let's get back into the gameplay. Now, of course, this is our second season of Against the Iron Storm. I lost the first season on Prestige 2. Last time, we finished the first settlement of Prestige 3 and showed off the new archaeological missions that they have opened up for the Scarlet Orchard. And we did it next to a Fishman ritual site, which meant we did it without orders. It was quite the time. It was close. But as you can see, we are currently on top of the points, barely ahead of the Vanguard of Stolen Keys, and clearly leading Brass Order. And of course, the First Dawn Company is getting annihilated. Now, I love the Watchtower, but more than the Watchtower, I really like getting a nice variety of aesthetic buildings. So we're actually going to go up here to the cursed Royal Woodlands. We are, as always, going to take the biggest possible collection of villagers to start us off. It just so happens that this is my favorite race, the Beavers, along with 2 randos. We're going to get some berries, some eggs, some jerky, a nice collection of parts, a couple of wildfire essences, some grain, logs, coal, and of course, as we already said, the 2 randos. I've got 4 embarkation points, and we are going to use those on, I think, planks, roots, and some more logs. We're going to call ourselves something fun, something delightful, something hopeful, something like, I don't know, we're doomed. And of course, Prestige 3, because I get to do it twice. Let's go. Alright, so for our mysteries, after each storm comes a time of peace and regrowth. Gain 0.5 reputation points for every dangerous or Forbidden Glade event completed during drizzle season. Okay. So normally, I like to save all of my dangerous and forbidden glades to be opened during the drizzle, but this is saying that if I can complete them during the drizzle, that will get extra reputation, and that is a good reason to open them up during the storm. We'll see if we can manage that. Of course, we've got our usual debuff, and then let's see, during the storm, gaining reputation does not lower impatience. Alright, cool. Global food production is 15% slower. Not really a problem there. As long as we have decent food stores going into the storm, this shouldn't hurt us too much. Cold snap. Complex food, or they'll eat twice as much food. Okay, so food's going to be a bit of an issue. Got it. And then housing and services, or they'll consume more food. So I'm sensing a real food theme here, where we're basically just going to have to figure out our food situation a lot in order to not be too terribly harmed, and we don't want to gain any reputation during the storm because the Queen will be impatient. On top of that, of course, there are restless spirits in the cursed Royal Woodlands. Restless spirits that will give us bonus quests. Cursed battlefield. It is impossible to recognize the danger of the glades, which means they are now all of even size. So there's no ignoring vanilla glades in favor of dangerous glades or forbidden glades. I don't know which ones are which. We're just going to have to go with whatever we happen across. We need, of course, 4 additional points because it is a prestige game. And cisgeneration is increased by 100%, and it corrupts faster. And rerolls cost amber. These prestige bonuses will increase with every prestige level, so at prestige 4 we'll get another one, at prestige 5 we'll get another one, at prestige 6, 7, 8, you get the idea. It's going to keep stacking negative modifiers. So, having said all of that, we're going to go ahead and drop some woodcutters camps. Now, I've taken, given that the trees no longer line up in nice straight lines for me, I have taken to changing all camps to simply avoiding opening glades, but otherwise cutting down whatever they feel like. But we are still going to want to open up space around our starting area. We're going to want a scavenger's camp. We are going to want to turn off coal, sea marrow, and oil burning. And we'll want a stonecutter's camp for this clay. And of course, harvester's camp just to make sure I have it. And let's start assigning some beavers. Of course, I've got a lizard in the hearth, which is exactly what I want. Remember, lizards give bonus resolve to everybody in town, whereas beavers simply use less fuel. Now, given how many additional people we have right now... Oh, let's get our first cornerstone. Scouts work 10% faster on glade events for every firekeeper assigned to the hearth. This can be pretty big if we get a number of settlements going. So, late game, the prayer book can scale quite a lot. Gain an ancient tablet for every 2 completed glade events added retroactively. That can be a lot of money. Ancient tablets sell for quite a lot, and there's a number of orders that use them. Or, all trade routes are faster by 40%. That can be really good for money if we start going all in on trade routes. I'm going to go with the prayer book because it seems like the easiest one to buff, especially since I do tend to favor longer games with massive economies if I can get them. It's just how I like to play, which means that some people finish their towns in an hour, and I take 2.5. But hey, more content, right? Let's take a look at our orders. Rich harvest. So pack of crops gives me more packs of crops and also planting crops. Don't love this. I don't like the rewards, and I don't like having to do it. My other option is making lizards happy. Gives me a couple lizards, some meat, and some parts. Would I rather have parts or amber? Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go with Rich Harvest. I don't love it, but I'm going to do it. We'll just try playing a little bit differently than I normally do. Let's go ahead and get the camps. For one thing, I already have the 2 camps built, so it's just a question of getting bricks. And then clay and reeds basically give me back materials needed to make more bricks and also some cloth. And parts is always nice. Solve 3 glade events to get tools, planks, and people. Love that. Or get beaver resolve up to get beavers, roots, and parts. You know, these are actually about equal, but I'm going to go with problem solver because tools are a lot harder to get than most other things. Now that I've got some orders, I should pick some buildings. Ooh, getting an early explorer's lodge is tempting, but I'm going to start with the kiln. Coal is so much better than wood. Bricks are pretty necessary, and we already know we've got a quest to make them. And jerky's nice. So we're starting with a kiln. Oh, this is rough. The supplier is a really good building. It gives planks, but it also gives flour, which is the basis. Like if I get a farming building, that flour could be huge. But on the other hand, the carpenter gives us the ability to make simple tools. Of course, we need the infrastructure to make the simple tools, but the ability to get to have simple tools is big, because tools can be used for a lot of things. I'm not as much looking at the leather worker. Fabric is nice. I don't love water skins. The leather worker is a meat building, which means lizards have a 10% chance for bonus yields in it. But all of that together doesn't make it nearly as good as getting access to planks. The tavern would be amazing if I didn't need some basic building material buildings first. So it really just comes down to these two. And of these two, oh, I don't like that I think the supplier's a little better. But I do think the supplier's a little better, so I gotta go with that. And see, if I'd known I was going to get the provisioner, I would not have gone with the supplier. That's the rough thing. But at this point, I've got buildings that let me get my other two building materials, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the leather worker, and that'll just guarantee that we have access to advanced building materials all the way across the board. So once we use this to get some basic buildings up, we'll be okay. Okay, now to make that, we need 5 planks and 2 bricks. So we're going to say maximum 5 planks. And I think a maximum of 4 bricks. Because unless I miss my mark, the kiln is only 4 bricks. And we're actually going to say make this first, and make this afterward. So then the only thing we're left with is this, which needs fabric. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to sloop this around to the side here. Just a little sloopage. And let's take a look. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking I will put the leather worker right here, right behind that. Do this. And we're going to say to do this, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lower this down to 3. And since this will require bricks and cloth, we're going to put a cap of 2 cloth. And we're going to say make that cloth out of, you know, anything you can. And make bricks out of anything you can. Planks can only ever be made out of wood. So that's going to give us a nice basis for building materials. Though we are getting way ahead of ourselves, I haven't even built this yet. This crude workstation. That's okay. We've got plans, right? We've just got plans. Everyone's pretty happy, pretty chill. It's year 1. The Queen's getting a little impatient, but she's want to do that. That's fine. And I got a question on one of my previous videos about advanced housing. So as you can see, I've unlocked the advanced housing to be essential buildings. I didn't have to do anything this run. I'm just always going to have them in future maps. So we are going to build up those basic building materials largely so I can jump straight into the advanced housing and not waste time with basic stuff. There we go. Our beavers are done with the stonecutters camp, having cleared out all of the clay. Let's go ahead and just move the rejects camps in the back here. And of course, year 1, it's not terribly hostile. Nobody's super unhappy. So we can just power through the storm and continue chopping stuff down. We've now got a crude workstation up. So let's put 2 beavers in here to get those basic building materials. Between the starting supplies and the eggs, we should have enough food to last us through most of year 2 as well. So I'm hoping to open up some glades during the storm of year 2 so we can knock out whatever dangerous glades we have. Strictly because of this bonus reputation point when we solve events during drizzle season. looks like we've got most of the trees around here cleared out, so let's move this guy down this way. And we're on to year 2. Alright, so well, we've got the classic 3, so we've got some humans. Resources, okay, so glade work speed goes up, but sacrifices take more. 2 dangerous and forbidden glade events lowers hostility. I gain a stack of +1 resolve every time we sell goods worth 40 amber. These are all amazing. We've got this one that'll increase glade working speed by having more people working hearths. Hey, chat comes in with their first comment. Looking forward to seeing a game fresh from the start. Glad you're here. Glad you can catch the whole thing. I mean, looks like you missed year 1, but I'm glad you're here now. Year 1 was just clearing out some space anyway. So I'm going to go with... I love all of these. But I'm going to go with Calming the Forest, because lowering hostility is a great way to preserve the game. And as I said earlier, I really like building strong economies. How we coming? Okay, so that will be the 2 cloth that we need, so we can tell them to stop making cloth. Yes, okay. And we've already got the brick building up, so we can stop making brick. Nope, don't make brick. Actually, don't make cloth either. So all we want you doing is making planks. Do we already have enough planks? We do. Alright, so fire them. Get rid of all of this. We'll swap this out for being a human so I can get that extra impatience. Put 2 lizards in here. And we're going to tell them, hey, first thing you want to do, we want you to make 20 bricks. And then after you've made 20 bricks, you can just make as much coal as you feel like. And we're not even going to bother with jerky right now. What difficulty are you running on? I am on Prestige 3. This is Prestige 3. So YouTube, this is why you want to show up for the Twitch streams, right? Because then you can ask questions and I'll answer them live pretty much as soon as I see them. Okay, so if we get a brewery, getting a free tavern. Now, a free tavern is huge. Getting a free blueprint is always a great, massive bonus. And of course, if we've got a brewery, making the ale is easy, so I love this. I hate making packs of trade goods. I've said it before. I'll say it now. I do not like having to send resources out, like having to get resources, process them into advanced versions, and then send them out of the village. I'd rather have an order that lets me keep making the village happy. And then if I get really established, I can use trade routes to send stuff out of the village for money. But I'd rather focus on in-house bonuses, which is why I'm going with Happy Brewing. What was I just saying? Yeah, no. On the other hand, I don't really want a pack of 5 lizards all at once. That's a pretty big influx. But being able to make more flour... okay, yeah, we're going with... I don't want to do this. I've got a building for it. I've got a leather worker, so being able to make it won't be a problem. Once I get something I can turn into luxury goods. But +1 flour production is pretty big, especially if I can set up a flour economy. Chat saying containers feel like they use much more resources than they're worth. Yeah, ideally I want to find a way to get containers for free. There's a couple of ways to do it, and that they're always worthwhile. Plus, a lot of times you can just, if you get tools, you can just find containers in crates. Like, you don't have to make containers all that often. Okay. So you're making bricks. This needs bricks, and that needs bricks, and that's going to let us build 2 more buildings. That's wonderful. Meanwhile, we should also get a blight post, which will just fit there. That's perfect. We're getting right up on these glades with the avoid opening glades but cut whatever you feel like orders. We're quickly running out of space. But it does mean that we should be able to get into a dangerous glade situation real soon here. Can I delete this building? Yes, I can. Excellent. And we're going to drop down a rain collector in its place. What's this need? Bricks. Everything needs bricks. Hey, lizards, how you coming on those bricks? Pretty good, actually. I could turn this in. I don't want to, because I'd rather get my buildings up. If my buildings go up and I still have enough bricks, I'm turning it in. But otherwise, no, not at all. What about you? You still need bricks. Alright, so we've got the basis of a nice town going here. Wonderful. Alright. Alright. Let's run a road this way. Just because we can. And what do we have? So the leather worker is a meat building. 3. And we're going to turn on anything. Okay, I know you guys love working in here because it's nice and cozy, but I'm going to have to ask you to stop. So first off, I'm going to put one guy in here. I've got 2 buildings that make water skins. Oh, that feels so inefficient. I hate that. But whatever. And we're not going to make flour yet. We're just going to make planks. But cap yourself at 30 planks for now. Cap yourself. We already said 20 bricks. You know, I think 20 is actually a better number. We'll stop at 20 for now. I'll say 20 here. And we're going to fire this guy and put him in the leather worker to start making fabric. Don't make luxury goods, just fabric. That in, get ourselves another blueprint. Okay, so this would just give me training gear because I've already got I think it's a 2-star fabric at the leather worker. It is a 2-star fabric, so going from a 2 to a 3-star is not worth it. 1-star training gear, not good. Pack of trade goods, not good. Flour, barrels, and packs of provisions. Now, in this case, I've already got a building that does flour, so it would be barrels and efficient packs of provisions, which is normally very good. But I think what I really want is food in this case. So I'm going to get a trapper's camp. And we're going to turn off avoid opening glades. We're going to park this right here. We're going to risk opening up. Let's actually mark them. We're going to risk opening up 2 glades. Now remember, I normally don't do this. Normally I wait to open glades until drizzle, so I've got a full year to work on any dangerous things that I find. But we have the Forest Mystery. That's giving... what was it? Yeah. Bonus reputation when we solve dangerous glades during drizzle. So, that means I've got to be working on them during the storm. We'll see if I've even done this. What's your meta progression at, and what priority would you recommend spending meta points on? So I kind of go pretty evenly, though I do beeline toward the racial housing up the right-hand side. Ideally, I prioritize Queen's Impatience and housing, and then after that, I just kind of go straight across as I go up. I think this runs on 8. I have gotten to the top of the tech tree a couple of times. I didn't tweet? Chat's telling me I didn't tweet to announce the stream. You sure? Okay, now we've got a dangerous glade. Excellent. Okay. Let's go work on it. We've got tons of fuel, so I'm going to lower the hostility of the storm by firing my woodcutters. Not nearly enough. Still not enough. There we go. We'll get that hostility down somehow. Yeah, I did. Thank you for the reminder, chat, but I did do it late. So I did it, but I did it late because, for those of you who don't know, I wrote a book about teaching myself how to be an excellent friend as a person on the spectrum, and I'm trying to get an agent to help me sell it. So I kind of Stream's a little late because I lost track of time sending out agent query emails. I stopped at timed orders because they seemed like a net negative. Are they worth spending points to unlock? Don't they block other potential better orders? So the thing is, they give better rewards than non-timed orders. They are very much a wild card, and usually you've got options for timed orders and other orders alongside of them to pick between, so it's not that bad. Gain production yield to all packs of goods. I don't love this, but it is great for at least provisions for trading. Hostility for woodcutters being decreased by 12 isn't as good as I feel like it should be. And gaining amber when villagers die or leave is potentially huge, but I don't like banking on villagers dying or leaving. So I'm going to go with flame out amulets here. Get me some more people. That's being worked on and should finish during the drizzle. We got 4 minutes and it's got 2.5 minutes left. Let's go ahead and drop a bunch of beavers in here. We can use eggs. Do I want more people? I think right now I do want more people. So we'll go ahead and investigate that with eggs. And then we will need... Okay. Market carts. Land of Luxury has an additional effect. Okay. So the market, this is a haunted market, which means that it's a bit rough to work on, but it gives more benefits than normal markets, which is very, very nice. I'll go back to avoiding opening glades. Ooh, hey, we've got a sea marrow. That's wonderful. Let's go ahead and move down here. Where are all of my lizards? Right. Working the large encampment. Alright, we're good. And now that we're in year 3, I think it's probably time for me to start building some hashtag housing for beavers. For those of you new to the channel, hashtag housing for beavers became a meme a couple months ago, and now it happens all the time. Now, guys, why are you walking that far? Just move the whole camp. Let's go ahead and hop up our speed a bit. Now, of course, the problem with living matter is that while you're working it, it is disappearing your food. So it is going to cause some problems. Alright, so we've got this harvester's camp not doing anything. We're just going to slide over to the side even further. They're collecting these. It's wonderful. At this point, I want to start thinking about a market. And, of course, housing. Also a trapper's camp. Not that I have anything I can use a trapper's camp for yet, but... you know how it is. Let's get 2 more lizards in here because we want as much coal as possible. And since we now have a source of coal, I'm going to put us on a coal standard. And we are going to also put a couple of lizards in here telling them, hey, make... make it out of coal and sea marrow, but limit yourself to, I think 10 should be enough to get us started. I want to slowly ramp that up. The thing with this is that it can actually burn all of your fuel and turn it into fuel, like fuel reserves, and you don't need that many fuel per year. Have a kiln, have 40 coal, or turn in 40 coal. It'll give us +1 brick production, 30 oil, and 30 sea marrow. This is good, but there's no way I'm taking it. Even though I basically already have the stuff. Like, I've already got the kiln, I'm already making the coal, I could turn it in almost instantly. There's no way I'm taking it. And the reason I'm not taking it is because this is godlike. I'm gonna burn the cysts anyway. +1 coal production. Okay. +1 coal production means instead of making 10 wood into 5 coal, I'm making 10 wood into 6 coal. It's a massive increase in efficiency. Plus some jerky and some bonus coal is nice. This is a massive increase in efficiency and is better long term. It's just great. Okay, incense and a monastery. Great thing about the monastery is both humans and lizards like religion, and humans and beavers like leisure. So if we get ale or incense, this is pretty good. +1 human resolve when we make incense is nice. Bonus incense production is nice. And bonus pie production is not bad. Meanwhile, the other side is packs for pack bonuses. No, we're going with this. Packs for the pack god. Food for the food throne. Wait. No, it doesn't work. At some point I should play Warhammer. Unfortunately, I think that if I start playing Warhammer, I'll never stop, so I kind of can't. Let's see here. We have 20 cloth? We have 20 cloth, okay. How are we looking on bricks? We have 13 bricks. I could be looking at it up at the top, but I'm not doing that. So, okay. We've got some extra people. Let's put in some housing. So I'm feeling that, and a nice lizard house there. Will be that block. Just nice little city block. And then maybe a couple of human houses with a lizard house. I've been told before that my segregation of various species housing came off as kind of racist, so now I will do occasionally mixed neighborhoods, which I think is kind of cute. You know, it feels like a town. We still have like a clearly zoned residential area, but it's, you know, it's a walkable city. It's close to their places of work, right? Like, this isn't a long commute to walk that far. So we've got some human houses. There should be enough human houses. Yep. We've got all the lizards are housed, so it's just beavers at this point, and beavers need more planks. So let's toss a second beaver on planks. I'm missing a lizard. Ah, he's in the leather worker. Right. Instead of the blight post. I think that's fine. I think that's okay. Now, resolve is low, but you know what? I think I'm okay with resolve being a little low right now. Scavenger's Hut has nothing it can gain. Really wishing I'd gone for that Forager's Hut now, but I mean, you never know what you're going to get, so that's kind of fine. We will put 2 humans on this. We will put 2 beavers here. And the goal with the beavers, of course, is to get this up so we can turn in that. We do need a market. And let's see. Perfect. This is the edge of town. So I can stick a trading post like right here. And it looks, you know, normal enough. It's near the town. But it's far enough away. There we go. It's far enough away that it's not actually taking up any valuable hearth radius space. Now we are going to have food problems, and I don't think I started early. You know what? There's no time like the present. Let's go ahead and pop this open right away. Maybe we'll get in there and finish something in time for the next drizzle, but probably not. Getting more stone and copper doesn't seem bad, but I think we're having food issues, so I have to go with the food. Okay. Game, why do you do this to me? It's giving me 3 options that I love. We've already got 1 copy of Calming the Forest. A second copy of Calming the Forest can get ridiculous if you open a bunch of dangerous glades, but I'm not in a position to know which glades are dangerous because we're in the cursed Royal Woodlands. Heavily guarded trade caravans has the potential to lower hostility ridiculous amounts once I start massively selling things. but it does take a while to build up. Baptism of Fire is so good, but it does mean that you cannot sacrifice resources while it's corrupted, so there's a bit of a delay there. On the other hand, I'm going to be burning the cysts anyway, right? So I kind of want it, and the earlier you get it, the better it is. Whereas Protected Trade can still be taken later. Calming the Forest is also better the earlier you get it. I'm going to go with Baptism of Fire. Okay, we're in. No dangerous events. I would really like any kind of farm blueprint. Hi, Sahilda. Do you have a farm blueprint? Oh, Sahilda, I love you. All right, let's grab that. Farm blueprint. That's amazing because we've already got the ability to make flour, and we've already got the farm fields, so that is stellar. We don't have anything we really have to work right now, so actually, hold on. What does this ghost want? Ghost of a friendly advisor. Salvage everyone you come across. For years, they have been haunted by those who met a cruel fate. Believe me, you don't want to run in with a restless spirit like that. Excellent. They want... Cool. Spark duel work. And they want us to salvage ruins. Well, my friend, I've got 45 minutes to salvage a ruin, you say, and you want spark do? Delightful. I love that. That is so good. Okay. Now, given that, I can go ahead and sell all of my resin. Plus my herbs, because I'm not going to need my herbs anytime soon. And I think I'm willing to sell amber. And in exchange, I just want something that my villagers can eat. Like, I'm just looking for food right now. I gotta say, I love this telling me how much things are worth so I don't have to guess. And knowing just how efficient my trading is a wonderful addition. I'm so glad they added it. Okay, so now we have some food. It's not a lot of food, but it's some. And it will certainly help. We're going to move this up in here to clear out as much of this farmland as possible. And this we're going to move right in here to clear out as much of this farmland as possible. In fact, we're going to mark some trees. I believe it'll still prioritize marked trees first. And what I'm trying to do is just get the farms accessible so we can start growing our own vegetables and making flour. Plus, that'll let us do packs of crops, which is very nice. You know, it occurs to me, one, I can get another lizard in here. So that's fully staffed. This we can make fully staffed, that's fine. Okay, all of our buildings are fully staffed. That's great. And I still have 3 beavers. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We can go ahead and get them on wood cutting. And use my remaining 3 people as builders. Phenomenal. You know, I'd better not build this farm until I know exactly how much farmland I'm working with. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to want it here. But we can build some housing. So what do we need? We need another human house somewhere. Here looks good. And we need a lot of beaver housing. Actually, at this point, I can start thinking about getting a second hub. Not that I have anywhere I can build a second hub. So we've got that. And let's do this. Again with a nice road. And, you know, 1, 2, 3. We can build a little bit of a walled garden there. How often do you make second hearth, and what influences your decision to do so? So, great question. I try to, once you get the third tier of hub, you need 20 people living above the hub, around that hub, to get it to its highest level. And I like to have a few extra in case people die or leave. So what I tend to do is put 24 housing worth of people around a hearth, and then start looking for a second hearth. And I just consistently keep doing that. 24 to a hearth, and then new hearth. As fast as I can. And sometimes it means that people sit unhoused until I've got space. Wait, what biome is this? This is the cursed Royal Woodlands. And of course, hashtag housing for beavers is being said in chat, because it should always be said in chat. Okay, if we can get 50 training gear and a clan hall, we can get bonus lizard resolve, bonus training gear production, and bonus tool production, which is great, except I don't have any building that makes this, and this is a locked-in blueprint that I have to somehow find. Otherwise, we can get 20 harmony decorations for some biscuits, wildfire essence, and packs of goods produced. Oh, I don't like either of these, but I can't reroll, so I guess I'll go with the one that gives bonus production, maybe? Hopefully we'll get that. So how's our housing looking? Yeah. Once this house goes up, I think we'll be at 26 potential housing, because one of these only has one person in it. Okay, you don't have anything to do. Let's go ahead and raise this to 50. Let's also raise this to 50. And let's raise this to 50. Because we have tons and tons of coal. And I never did put those beavers in their nice new wood cutting spot. That's okay. What we're going to do now, though, is because we are at the end of the year, I'm going to fire all my woodcutters. Get that hostility low. And then let's take a look at this. We have 70 Spark 2. That's amazing. It's going to take 2.5 minutes to salvage this. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, of course, the danger is that every 60 seconds while it's being, or every 30 seconds, it's going to give negative global resolve, which is bad. It's just bad. I'm not going to lie about that. It's bad. I don't like it. But on the other hand, I've got a ton of... right, I can't sacrifice because I took the thing that says I can't sacrifice while we're burning cysts. Huh. Chat says, I humbly request that when you tweet next Friday about your stream starting, you include some form of hashtag housing for beavers in it. Yeah, so... Look, I know the person who says this has, like... can contact me. Could you remind me? Because I'm going to forget between now and Friday. It's a great idea. I love doing it. I'm just probably not going to remember. Let's go ahead and put this on this. And that way, if we somehow burn through all of our... Okay. Huh. Hey, beavers, can you get a little happy for me? Thank you. Love it. Yes. Yes. Everybody stay happy. You're all good. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's a bit rough. Let's go ahead and get some more people in here, you know, so they can immediately leave. Receive 3 packs of provisions for every new villager. Urban root production is increased by +1 for every 75 biscuits produced. This is so good if I get the herb garden. Thank you. Thank you for agreeing to try to remind me. That'd be great. 2 amber for every 20 sea marrows, a great influx of money short term. Spices, this gets so huge if I can get the herb garden. So I'm going to hope I get the herb garden. How are we looking? We need 8 more comfort buildings. Well, there's nothing quite so comforting as a tower, right, chat? So obviously we should make ourselves a nice comforting tower. And And then we'll still need 4 more after that. So obviously, there's nothing. The only thing more comforting than 1 tower is 2 towers. And then we still need a service building within the city radius, which I don't have. So we're going to have to hold on that. Let's go ahead and hire some beavers. Maybe not quite that many beavers. We absolutely need to get this small farm built because I haven't been paying attention to my food stores, which is a bit of a problem. You guys almost done here? Another minute and a half. Are you kidding me? I don't know if I can keep people happy that long. Let's pop you out for a lizard. Give us just a slight boost. Put 2 humans in here. And since you can't eat grain, I'm going to start in... When's our trader coming? Oh, he might have food. Okay, now since he might have food, I'm going to go ahead and leave it on grain. Okay. Well, now they're hungry, which is why they're unhappy. And at this point, they're so unhappy that I can't stop them from leaving, so I might as well lean into it and try to get more stuff going. Like, at this point, I'm just gonna lose people. I can't stop that. Maybe distracted by the newest generation of mainstream Pokemon games. That's fair. That's totally fair. I know how much you love Pokemon. Newcomers rubbernecking as they watch people walking in the opposite direction from them. Yeah, kind of. Okay, we lost a beaver supplier. That's fine. That's not a scout. If we lose a scout, we're in trouble. A lizard builder left. Yeah, and the queen's getting more impatient. Oh, jeez. Why can't you... Right. I forgot to change that setting. I'm losing a lot of people, so the queen's getting super impatient. We've got another minute before he arrives, and resolve's going down. Hey! Alright. So the good news is... That's all fixed. I can put a lizard in, or I can put a beaver in there. Check, check, check. We can put a human in here. We can put a beaver in here. We can no longer burn coal, which is why it's a good thing that I put us on Sea Marrow. But we've completed 3 events, and that gives us more people. Okay. That's something. That's certainly something. Well, we need a monastery. So, I guess we're getting a monastery? We're getting a monastery. We have a monastery, folks. Now, what does this do? I can put 2 people in here. And, of course, we can serve wine and cosmetics, which won't matter. Everyone can carry more, which is excellent. And reputation gained through high resolve grows 20% faster if we fulfill luxury, so if we make wine. Excellent. Alright, well, we're going to favor the lizards right now. That doesn't count as a salvaged ruin? Apparently that doesn't count as a salvaged ruin. Monastery with attached love garden. Yes, yes there is, exactly. Let's go ahead and unfavor him. Hey buddy, oh geez. Well, okay, so I want all 3 of these, but obviously I can't get them because that would be 42 and he only has 40 amber even if I somehow manage to get all of his amber. So what can I do instead? Well, we can get the harvesting crops, at least. Let's see if we can get 26. Okay, we can. I probably shouldn't, but we can. Now, the reason I'm getting these two is because humans and lizards will eat jerky, and humans and beavers will eat biscuits. So this way we can get quite a bit of food. And with 26, we'll be able to get the harvesting faster and the plantation, giving us another source of food. Harvesting speed, kind of nice. Yeah, exactly. That's less food that we're leaving on the table. And now we've got a little more diversity. Plus, since we've got the ability to serve wine, if we get the ability to make wine, that could be huge. Oh, hey, how did I miss that? There's meat over here. Lizards, where are you? Lizards, I need 2 volunteers to feed the village. You're gonna feed the village. Get over here. That's excellent. Let's go ahead and whoop. In case you missed it, that was whoop. Plantation. There we go. And we just need a little farm field. Yep, like there. All I know is if I'm going to attack someone, it's going to be Zorik. His face is way too smug. I'm just assuming he's ripping me off. The thing is, I don't know. When I look at Zorik, I think of Tom Kench from League of Legends. Yes, I play League of Legends. Not well, and I only play ARAM, so I'm not one of those toxic people. You know, I say GG. I never, make fun of my opponents. I'm not about that life. But he does remind me of Tom Kench. The fish tank, which was his code name during development, and I just love that. I love that the developers called him Fish Tank. Now, I really like making storage buildings near farms to cut down on how much wastage there is. And so we are going to do that. We are going to just drop a warehouse right here. And this, I don't know, this is in a weird liminal space where it's very close. Like, it seems kind of close to the original, but also I do kind of want to, so we're going to make a storage building over here as well. Just get a nice warehouse going. What is holding up this? Bricks. Well, you know what? That is fine. That is a legitimate reason to hold it up. We're not burning anything special, right? Got another order. Get 2 hubs up to neighborhood. Well, we're absolutely going to do that anyway. So let's go ahead and do it. Are you really playing LoL if you aren't being toxic? That's a great question. I might not be. I might not be. I might be playing a game that's similar to, but I'm not getting the full LoL experience. And of course, I do want to make sure I've got humans in here prepping the ground for the next year. We need to think about opening up more glades. Queen's kind of mad. And I never built a makeshift post, which I should do immediately. Because I'm pretty certain I don't have... Yeah, just the makeshift post for provisions. I'm so glad that people are showing up. I assume some of you saw my posting over on Reddit and were like, hey, I'll check this guy out. So I'm glad you're here. Because I have a lot more fun when I get to talk to people. Does the haunted biome have unique negative modifiers during the storm? I don't think so. What it does have is it has angry ghosts, which are like an extra layer of dangerous glade. And they can, like other dangerous glade events, damage the town. Okay, so every completely infected building generates 3 amber per minute, but also adds hostility. I don't love this. I mean, I love the bonuses you get from fully infecting buildings, but I'm not to the point that I'm willing to do it. Every 5 villagers with a need for education fulfilled increases global production speed by 25%. This is great if you've got beavers and harpies, because they both benefit from education. In this case, it's just beavers, and well, that is a lot of global production speed. I don't want to bank on it. So we're actually going to go with mushroom seedlings, where all farms can plant mushrooms on farm fields during drizzle season, which means that my farm and my plantation will both be giving me mushrooms. I love that. Let's get ourselves this so we can balance out our numbers. Do I still have 3 sets of beavers? I do. And I don't have to be doing this. We do need to be getting into glades, though. And even though it's kind of not optimal to be opening them this late, given the bonuses that I've got, I am going to go ahead and just try to open up some glades pretty soon here. Okay, so we got that in the way. But if we go there, we're going to try to set up another hub over this direction. Meanwhile, this, we're going to turn off avoid opening glades. You know what? Let's just turn off avoid opening glades everywhere. It's fine. We'll just deal with whatever we happen to find in the glades, because I need to. Hey, there we go. Do I have... Hey, we do. Yes. All right, so let's turn that off, turn that off. We want this, and we want 5. 5 packs of crops. Let's see here. I like the mushroom one, but it's kind of already taking up your fields. Yes, and that is fine, because... I can't really use grain for much of anything right now, and I don't really need that much plant fiber. So having a third thing at 2 stars is just one more way we can get food. So it's going to make it a larger percentage of it. Plus, I can maybe specialize fields later on. Hey, there's a place that we can start getting some plant fiber specifically, which means if I remember, I can turn off plant fiber in my plantation. And you know, I could wait on resin, but I don't think I want to, so we are going to go ahead and use sea marrow for this. And as much as I need the reputation, getting +3 global resolve and bonus resolve when we open caches is pretty big. So we're going to risk it and hope we don't shoot ourselves in the face. Let's see here. Packs of luxury goods. I don't have anything I can use that on yet, but maybe soon. We're going to get the 20 blight rod cysts this year, so that'll help. There's our packs of crops, so we can fire these guys. Hearths. Dangerous glades. Luxury. Yeah, okay. So we are going to go ahead and turn this in. Wonderful. And you know, there's a feature I haven't been using because I don't like it, but I think I probably should show people at some point. No, not yet. I don't like using it, so I don't want to. Holy crap, those rewards are huge. Right? It's a really nice pack. The thing is, while we're working it is going to raise hostility, but, you know, I got coal. I can deal with the hostility if I need to. 47 seconds till we get a trader, who I don't think will be able to sell us food, so that's going to be a bit rough, but we're doing okay. You know, we're stabilizing a little bit. Wait, our limit's only 10? No. This needs to be 50, my friends. This needs to be 50. Hello, Sir Renwald Redmayne. You've got advanced food. You've also got tools. And that is very nice. Okay, so I don't have anything that lets me use crystallized dew yet anyway. I've got 1 ancient tablet that I don't mind selling. I am going to... yep, we've got an extra pack. Free wine when we make ale. Free wine when we make ale. I like this. But I don't think I like this more than I dislike having 0 food. So, let's see. Once again, we want jerky because 2 of the 3 races like it. And I guess pickled goods? Okay. Okay. Oh. We have a lot more stuff than I thought we did. Cool. You don't have anything like super cheap, do you? No. I think that's as close as we're gonna get. My thinking here is we already know we need to get ale, right? Beavers don't need wine, chat. They like wine. But the thing is, I don't tend to go for the services that only one species is gonna enjoy if I can get something else. So I'm not generally focused on it. That said, if I can get free wine, it's really nice to have as a background. How are we coming over here? Pretty decent. Oh, our monastery's up. Lowers hostility by 100. Oh, yes. Get that hostility way down. Okay, that got worked. Lizards are super happy because they've got 2 nice foods. And that is going to get us this. So a temple doesn't really... Okay. Are you kidding me, game? You're again giving me a bunch of good options. So the ranch is a great way for me to get meat and eggs. And leather's not bad. Being able to make my own tools would be great for opening caches. But we took that bonus that's like increased roots and herbs if you make biscuits. So I think I kind of have to take the herb garden and hope for some more fertile ground. I kind of have to do that. We are going to take this up here and we're going to move it all the way over to here. This is stuck on... Right, I don't have anyone working the leather worker, so let's put a couple of lizards in the leather worker. There's our 20 blight rot cysts. Now, ideally, I want to salvage a building in the next 16 minutes so that we can get this bonus. That doesn't have a building in it. Okay. It's also not a dangerous glade. Like, it just has a cache and some stone. This is not great. So let's go ahead and move these guys over here. And rush our way into that. Alright, now let's go ahead and turn in this order to increase our coal production. Ooh, okay. Oh, seriously? Seriously. Clay delivery line gives me 3 clay per minute, which is huge for bricks. Just a massive way to get bricks. But farmers having 75% chance of producing double yields under the effect of biscuits, come on. I mean, we've already got the thing that increases, like, we've already got, where is it? Yeah, urban root production is increased for every 75 biscuits produced. So if we take the one that's like, hey, farmers farmers make more stuff under the influence of biscuits, this really incentivizes me to get a building that makes biscuits. Traders having one more cornerstone for sale is amazing late game. Like, that scales phenomenally. I'm going to go with the biscuits. None of these can make biscuits. The guild house is one of my favorite buildings in the game, but I cannot justify it when I have a market, so we're ignoring it. The temple is pretty good, but we've got a monastery, which is giving us religion, and education is only really good for beavers, so I'm not going to worry about it. The manufacturing making training gear is really nice for the lizards. And we know we need training gear plus a guild hall, so that gets us halfway to one of our quests. The clothier is also good for beavers and humans, but we've already got a better way to make welder skins, and I'm not too fussed about scrolls. I just love the name Biscuit Diet. Yeah, it's great. So we're getting a manufactory here. And because we're getting a manufactory, we're going to move this guy up this way. Boop, boop. And just stick the manufactory right where that was. Run a little road round the back. And, you know, just to aesthetically close off that side, we're going to put a human house there. They get a nice view out their back window. Not that these houses have back windows. Oh, no, they do. Yeah, they get a nice view out their back window. Meanwhile, this, we're going to just slide over this way. Because I think I can finally make... Did I not quite do it? Oh, I didn't quite do it. We are that tree away from being able to make that hearth where I wanted it. Okay, these guys are out of stuff that they can do. Oh wait, no, there's eggs over here. They're working. Got a manufactory up. I could make stuff. This is good. Okay, that's packs of provisions, which is better for doing trades. So I'm going to go ahead and put one. The only thing we're going to make here right now are packs of provisions. We're going to limit ourselves to 20. I'm going to put one, I think, human on it. No. We're going to make this a lizard. We're going to make this a human because impatience is getting to be an issue. And remember, we are trying to find a building that we can salvage before we lose the ghost of the friendly advisor. That is kind of our goal. Groundkeeper's cottage? Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It does kind of feel like a groundskeeper's cottage there. Okay. So now that we've got this, we can just focus everybody on the one area. Just you know, chop down this glade in particular. Make ourselves a nice small hearth back here. Right there, yes. Except that orientation is not going to work for me. We're going to go like that, because what that's going to let me do is this, and then we will put, I think, a lizard house here, and here. We're going to put a human house here and here, and then a beaver house there, and I think that's going to cover it. You can chill in the garden with the lovely sound of the manufactory's horrendous banging. Exactly, yes. It adds ambience. At least it breaks up the sound of rain. Another clear glade. Well, fine. Okay, so in that case, go that way. We're going to drop a lizard in this. Just drop a lizard in that hearth. Looks like the stonecutters camp is out of stonecutters to stone cut. Move them over this way to get that. You are okay to burn coal now. How are we looking on radius? Nice. Let's go ahead and just run a nice road back through this way. And I think I can put a human house here. I think people will live in it. I don't know which one they'll count toward, but they'll live in it. That's fine. And you know, let's go ahead and just put a nice little comforting tower right at this corner of this field here. There we go. Very comforting. Are you comforted, chat? I'm comforted by the presence of that tower. Makes me feel all warm and safe. And we've got Sahilda. And so very many ancient tablets that I can sell. So, first we're going to trade for all of the money. Secondly, we've got a pile of food now. I'm not quite sure how, but we do, and that's great. Building materials, I've got fabric, we've got planks, we have bricks. So we have all the building materials. That's very nice. I'm not sure what else I could get from her. Like, maybe we buy some insects? Now, of course, we are going to get the woodcutter's movement speed. Woodcutting is massive. And then we've got 24 left, so I might as well get both of these. Increase our production. Okay, we've opened up another building. Or another, you know, dingleberry. But there's still no buildings to salvage. So I think this unfriendly ghost, or this friendly ghost, isn't going to get anything, because we've only got 8 minutes left, and at this point I don't think I can open up another glade. We do have a camp here, and in this case I'm just going to turn some food into people. Or not into people, into amber. So we'll do that. And this takes 4 minutes to work, so we probably want to start working it as soon as possible. I've got tons of fuel, so let's go ahead and fire all of those. And we're going to use resin. And hey, look at all those benefits. Once again, we're going to go ahead and take the pile of benefits because it's huge. It's just massive. I love that. Now, this ghost, pain and suffering speak through the phantoms of the past, destroys all stored simple tools and infused tools. But we can ameliorate his anger with Spark Dew and selecting Send to the Citadel as reward for 2 Glade events. Well, we did it here. Okay, fine. We'll do it here. And that'll let us deal with this ghost immediately without any real threat. But that is going to happen next time for those of you on YouTube, because we are at 1 hour and 15 minutes, and that means that we are at the end of the patience I would expect anyone to put into a video. If you made it this far, please do like and subscribe. Leave a smiley face, ask a question, give me suggestions, tell me my towns look terrible, whatever you want. Just engage, you know, in the chats below, just so we can boost that viewpoint in the algorithm. Very much appreciated. I would love it at some point if the channel grew a bit bigger. And again, I will stop doing, well, not stop. I'm going to keep doing gaming videos, but I am going to start adding other types of things in here. I've got an idea of how movies should be reviewed. I want to overanalyze some song lyrics. And I want to start talking about morality and how that looks from a godless worldview. You know, just other things that your average person who plays video games cares about. And I would really like it if people check those out once I add them. Otherwise, you know, I very much appreciate you spending all this time with me. I know an hour is a lot of attention to give to someone playing a honestly kind of calming game. But I'm glad you've been here with me. And I hope you have yourselves a great day, and I would very much like to see you in the next one.